Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Still on Alpha 7.6, I'm very much awaiting the arrival of Alpha 9, which will allow us to build quad turrets, but also 19 and 20-inch guns. There's also going to be a couple of new hulls, especially interesting for the French, because they are based on the Dunkirk-class battlecruiser, and these are going to be very interesting additions, which hopefully will spice the game up a bit more. When Alpha 9 drops, I don't know. Hopefully soon. If you want to read more about that, check out the Dreadnoughts. Whatever. I'll link it down below in the description. You can see the development blog over there, and you can see what else they are working on. Anyway, for today's scenario, we have quite the interesting story behind this one. It was sent in by DarthVendar as part of the Naval Architects program that I have running on Patreon. More on that down below in the description as well. The title is Miklós Horthy and the Habsburg Prince. Austria-Hungary lives once more. After Otto Von Habsburg retakes the throne and unites much of the empire either through referendum or force, a new Austro-Hungarian navy is also being constructed. This is in defiance of the Treaty of Trianon. Unfortunately, the French will not let this action stand, and it has sent a fleet to eliminate the Austro-Hungarian maritime dream once and for all. Focused on making as many vessels as quickly as possible, the majority of the Austro fleet is light vessels. However, a single dreadnought, so I just get one battleship, a single dreadnought is being retrofitted to serve in these new times. Under the command of the legendary Admiral Miklós Horthy, the retrofit must be quickly completed and the French attack force routed, or we will be doomed as a landlocked nation for all time. The era is 1929. This is not one of those 1940 scenarios, which is already going to make the builds a bit more interesting. I have, as is mentioned, one retrofitted dreadnought and a couple of lighter ships. The enemy, the French, they're going to come at us with a battleship, but also a battlecruiser and two heavies. This is going to be a pretty potent force to be used against my light cruisers, and the light cruisers and heavies also against my destroyers. I do have two destroyers more than the French, so maybe that can sort of offset the balance. There are, however, some design restrictions. I need to have a Dreadnought 4. So let's just go into the designer. I have to be using a Dreadnought 4 hull. I have to have range medium. I have to have many bulkheads, not max. Main gun caliber cannot exceed 16 inch and the cost cannot exceed 95 million. Also, as this was already a pre-existing dreadnought, all casemate slots must be filled with 8-inch guns. Alright, let's start with that, so I don't forget it. Or find that I don't have enough displacement for it. 95 million. That can probably get you a pretty sizable ship. So let's make sure that this thing is going to be a bit bigger at 62,000 tons. Dreadnoughts were generally not particularly quick. And I'm not going to be making this thing particularly quick either. I'm going to stick it at 25 knots. This will probably allow me to tack on a lot of armor. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Let's go with the, well, pretty much the standard setup at this point. I know it is quite unimaginative, but I am facing a larger formation than what I have myself. My damage output could be struggling. So I'm going to have to make sure that the ship survives for as long as possible. Now this dreadnought is being retrofitted. It is being equipped for these new times, as they say. So I'm going to give it a set of electrical turrets and semi-auto loaders. Generation 1 radar might be a bit much. I can get it, but it is 1929. Let's not go with the radar. And as for range finding, I'd say coincidence 4. Acoustics, that'd be handy. Sonar station 1. And as for propellant, I can already get high TNT. That seems early in 1929. Cordite 2. An improved version of the Cordite, which is more powerful as an explosive charge and safer to use as a propellant. The shells become slightly heavier and slower. Right, so shells that are slower means that they have more abilities or more likely to be plunging fire. Okay. It remains a risky propellant to store in a lightly protected ship. Well, fortunately for me, this will not be a lightly protected ship. Since my destroyers are going to be operating pretty far from me, I'm going to make sure I have advanced radar. Radio, and that includes radio direction finder. Shells, heavy shells, and we're going to go with an increased complement of shells because I still have a lot of displacement left. Now that's going to go quickly when I start to install main towers. I even have access to the advanced tower 12. That seems pretty damn high end for one of these ships. But who knows, it is being retrofitted. We can sort of adjust the story to make sure that this thing fits inside the story. Funnel, probably don't need a lot. I have my forced boiler. I think that a large white funnel might be enough. No. 37.4% engine efficiency. 2 tall funnels then. One is going to give me to 80. Okay. How heavy are these? 1,100 tons? On a funnel? Okay, 45 capacity. So I'd need about, what, 60? This is 17, yeah, give or take 60. 4 of these would be 2,000 tons together. This is 2,100 tons. I just don't think that I can fit 4 of these. I can fit 2 of these. I'm gonna need something bigger. Medium funnels. Here, 2 advanced funnels. Ah, and they don't fit? Because they got that weird sticky out part. 40. Yeah, that makes no sense. I'd say the second funnel should be a little lower than the first. What was it? At large and... Here, 100% engine efficiency. Okay, now I have about 11,000 tons to arm the ship, aside from those 8-inch casemates, making sure I have enough firepower. Because I am dealing with a French battleship. Not to be underestimated. Now, over the past couple of vids, I've done a lot of triple barrels. So for this one, I'm going to go for dual barrels, because why not? I'm thinking of going with Mark IV 13-inch guns, because the Mark IVs generally give you a couple of bonuses, which are quite nice, such as having a bit less reload, 36 seconds versus 44. Your damage, however, drops from 9,500 to 6,500. Let's go for 13-inch duals. And maybe mount a couple... Oh, what? Okay, that doesn't fit. That's unfortunate. We'll just have to go with that then, I guess. That does give me an idea. What if... Oh, come on. Really? Are you going to be like that about it? I was hoping to put these things on barbettes. And then by doing that, I'd be able to fit... Oh, hold on. Maybe I can still... No. That damn tower's too big. Is this going to really penalize me or not? Long range accuracy is pretty substantial at 45 to 35, never mind. I was hoping to just put a couple of secondaries on those casemate slots. But I guess that that's not going to work. Oh, sorry, not casemate slots, but barbettes. Here it doesn't fit. So that means that over there I can probably fit an 8-inch double. Sort of. There we go. And maybe I can do the same thing... Yeah, but how? Here. Done. This is going to allow it to have a fairly substantial broadside against light and heavy cruisers. That's the thinking here. Now, we still need to add those funnels back in. I had one... What was it? Large... See, I already forgot about that. I think one of these. One of those. Yeah, good enough. 5,000 tons left. 4,500 if you want to be exact about it. I got the 8-inch casemates. What I don't yet have is something quite a bit smaller to make sure that I can deal with some of the smaller ships. 5-inch guns, firing out to 10 kilometers, could be something that would be really useful for destroyers. Or rather, against destroyers. Ooh, I can put 5-inch casemates in here. Hold on. Jeez, you could put 8-inch casemates in there? I like it. That is some serious firepower. Because now it's not just this dual 8-inch plus the barbettes here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 8-inch guns. Plus 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15. Good lord. I just strapped a heavy cruiser to my side. Okay. Yeah. That means that I don't really need anything much smaller. Because these things reload in 14 seconds. They do 946 damage if they hit. Which they're pretty likely considering they're Mark IVs. So the rest of the ship is just going to be receiving a bunch of armor. The secondaries, so the casemates, are going to be very important. Because we are storing that, well... flash fire... I can get flash fires with this thing. It has a tendency to go for flash fires. You know what? I'm going to go 2 powder. Because 2 powder is going to reduce the chance of flash fires. Alright, we've got 15 inch on the turret, 13 inch on the secondary. Bit more on the conning tower. And maybe a bit more on the belt. Yeah, 6.2 is what I can get. Let's go for one more on the deck. Turret top's too heavy. 13 inch on the conning tower. Alright. I'd say that this ship is good to go. The Heinrich. Broadside of 8 13-inch guns. And 15 8-inch barrels. If, and that's a big if all those casemates can fire at the same target. Which I rather doubt. Depends on the range. Now we have a bit of a 4-weight offset, so let's see if I can adopt that. 0.4, 0.2... 0.2... 0.5... 0.1. Good enough. I know it's a bit weird having another 8-inch dual barrel on here, but while it restricts the main barrels a bit, it can be very useful if I'm going to go bow in against a destroyer, for example. Now, are we going to get all sorts of light cruisers and destroyers with minimum bulkheads? Or are they going to give us something decent? Light cruisers, Aurora, few bulkheads. Lovely. Torpedo tubes, 9.9. Guns, 12. About 13. Speed, 26 knots. Torpedoes, bolstered by 2-inch guns, and oh, a lot of side-mounted. Okay. So you're pretty threatening. 21-inch torps. We got you in 2 formations of 3. One off to the port side. And yeah, as mentioned, or as expected, 1 port, 1 starboard. DDs. We got a lot. Holy shit, what's with the Balaton? Is that the only name that's available? We got Balatons Delta 1 through Delta 7. Yep, maximum bulkheads. Look at you. Aren't you an intimidating little destroyer? 4-inch guns, but 12 of them. 3-inch guns. And 1 lost 2-inch gun. And what is that? 8? 8 torpedo tubes. To a range of 12.7. Less visibility. I'd say these might be electrics. What about the French? What do they get? Those look like fairly substantial sized guns. Some secondaries. Not a lot. And their battle cruiser. Did you forget your rear turret, sir? Because it seems like... Yeah, they forgot something this morning. Got out of bed, took the ship to sea, and went, oh crap, I left my third turret on my nightstand. Yeah, oh well. It's the French, what can I say? 29 kilometers is outside of my range. I need to close in. Alright, let's go there. As for the DDs, ideally I'd have 2 groups of 4. But I have very little faith indeed in the formation keeping abilities of the AI. As you can see. Because I didn't give them an order, I just said, hey, we're going to go that way. And the entirety of the formation went, uh-huh. But first, let me change formation. Let me go to an entirely different place in this formation. Because I like it better there. Without any discernible cause. Okay, you fire out at 26. And you also fire out at 26. That means that these guys have guns of a larger caliber than 13 inch. 14, 15, maybe something like that. Now, for the scenario win condition, there are some terms. If the capital ship has 80% plus health and at least 75% of escort ships have survived, then Miklós Horthy returns home as a hero and a new naval power blossoms in the Mediterranean. So it is very much in my interest to make sure that the battleship and most of the escorts survive. 75% is quite a bit. If capital ship health is more than 50% and at least 30% of escorts have survived, then Miklós Horthy limps his vessel home, having forced a peace treaty to prevent further battle for now. If the capital ship's health falls below 50% or all escorts are destroyed, but the French fleet destroyed, it'll only be a Pyrrhic victory. Austro-Hungarian naval ambitions will never be reborn. Right. Well, it seems like life of the destroyers is already getting threatened. Maybe for the light cruisers as well. So we're going to have to smoke up everybody. Light cruisers, steady as she goes. What are these guys doing? DDs are still mixing and matching formations of sorts. Not sure why. Accuracy is not great, 4.7. Can we see their DDs yet, or are these light cruisers? Light cruisers. Look like a sort of Super Atlanta build. Although those could be 6 or 7 inch guns. Okay, DDs. Oh. Torps. Few guns. That's a torpedo-heavy build. Not great. Not really what I'm looking for. Because while this ship does have a decent turning circle, well, not even a decent turning circle, it has decent protection against torpedoes and quite a lot of anti-flooding. I'm not really too eager to get hit by a torpedo. Just in general, don't hit me with a torpedo. When are the 8 inch in range? Almost. Okay. Somebody, by the way, was saying in the previous video, or one of the previous videos, you should go for the smallest threats first. The stuff that you can absolutely destroy. That should be your first priority. Well, yes, you might have a point, but the thing is, I can't hit a light cruiser at range. There's a very small chance that I hit their battleship at range, or their battle cruiser, let alone their light cruiser. So I'm not really too eager to be targeting their small ships first. This is the one that I'm currently targeting. This is the battle cruiser. And I'm struggling to hit that. Let alone trying to hit a light cruiser. I will leave the light cruisers to the 8-inch casemates and the 8-inch secondaries. And before I forget, before they blow up my ship, I still have to take a picture of her. There we go. Alright. Now, the 8-inch are in range. I don't really want to push in too much more. This is good enough. One of my destroyers took a hit. We are in torpedo range-ish. Start sending out torpedoes that way, because they're coming this way. The other DDs should also be in range then. Hard starboard. They're about to be in range. Okay, so we can greet their battleship with a whole salvo. 9-inch gun has hit the DD. Probably the Balaton Delta 4, was it? Yeah. The D4. Oof. Couple of hits to the Heinrich. Immediately reducing her to 91%. I'm taking hits from 15-inch guns. That is painful. Bow deck extended. So it's plunging fire. Yeah. Casemates are firing. Accuracy remains to be built. 1.6% only. But then again, we're probably targeting a light cruiser. Depending very much on what the AI has selected for me. Yeah, the light cruiser here. I think that that's the best target for the 8-inch. Because I'm really not expecting much from the casemates to do against the battle cruiser. Who do we torp? I want you guys to wait. The other DDs? Oh shit. You're about to go down at this rate. Smokescreen in the next 5 minutes. Just went off cooldown. Or went on cooldown. So far I have taken 1300 damage, I have done 1. So I'm a bit behind as far as damage goes. The light cruisers, they don't really stand a chance. I'm gonna have to keep those guys in reserve. Could we please launch torpedoes against that cruiser, battleship, whatever it is? Just send torpedoes into that general formation, and there's a good chance that you'll hit something, because they're pretty clustered. Alright. There we go. D4, D3, D5 are launching. Very good. We're going to turn back. As we're turning, I'm hoping that we can at the same time still launch a couple of torpedoes in the general direction of that group. Torp that battleship. Aggressive torps on the D1, the D2, and the D6. Can the D6 hit it yet? No, it can't. Okay, target the heavy cruiser instead. Fall back. I finally hit something with the 13-inch guns on the Heinrich. Looks like a small hit on their battle cruiser. It is burning though. 94% ID. I'm about to learn what I'm fighting. Light cruisers. 10 clicks out. You guys have 9.9 clicks range. Hold on. Since you're here anyway. Fire on their battle cruiser. Torpedoes should be transiting. Yep. 3 salvos. Balaton main has just launched as well. Sounds like something's just doing some serious damage to my light cruisers. Torpedo aggressive. I might not have the ships for it, but what I can do is just torpedo the shit out of them. Fall back now. You guys have been broadside long enough. Battlecruiser Signe. Maximum bulkheads. Really? You went with maximum bulkheads? 15-inch guns, 6-inch secondaries, 2-inch. Armor, fairly okay. Turning circle, really impressive. Casemate, no, sorry, sonar 1. Anti-torp 3, anti-flood 3. Good luck flooding this thing out. That's not gonna work. Heinrich is starting to flood. I'm gonna have to turn this ship away. Because she is just not really living up to the amount of damage that she's taking. Lyon. is currently looking at 16-inch guns, targeting my battleship. This is going to be painful because I have to turn away. But in doing so, I'm getting particularly vulnerable. Still, turning away is the safest bet. Structural down to 77%. We still have torpedoes outbound. Casemates are working over the battle cruiser. I don't think that that's going to work out too well. Try and take that shot. Where are the here are the torps. There's the first wave, and here's the second wave. The other wave, heading towards the battle cruiser from the other angle. So here, 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 here. Basically all the places. We have dealt 124 damage versus their 2,000. I feel like I'm a little behind in damage. So I'm very much hoping that the torpedoes are going to do something substantial. And really deal a lot of damage. The Senia has detected the torps. Has avoided the first set. Now it remains to be seen if she can also avoid the second set. The Heinrich is already down to 73%. Which means that I've already lost the better than, what was it, 80%? Yeah, better than 80% health. That's not going to fly. If something's going to fly, it's probably going to be a turret from a flash fire. Yep, smoke it up. Damage to the secondary tower, ship's at 73%. Did I really not armor this ship up properly or something? She's feeling a little weak. Sure, she's being hit by 16-inch guns, but come on. The Dessert has detected torpedoes. Yep, that's these. What about your battleship? What about Lyon? Few bulkheads. Anti-flood. 2. Anti-torp 4. She might eat a torpedo or two. And the Senia is now flooding. She's pretty quick. 28 knots. The thing is with the Senia is it is very survivable. Maybe not so much from the armor, but definitely from her anti-flooding protection and her bulkheads. Looks like the light cruisers and the DDs are having a bit of a party over here. Not too sure what's that about. Ah, the Lyon evaded. How about the Dessert? Is the Dessert going to avoid that? Turning circle's not great. All she needs to do is turn out. Sonar 2. She knows those torps are here. So far, this battle is not looking good. Have I done any kind of damage? 65. Dreadful. Dessert, perfectly fine. DDs are about to be reloaded. The other DDs relatively as well. Come on, I want to torp something. I want to blow one of these ships up. Right now I'm not seeing any of it. Speed to ×3. Still a few torps going toward the Admiral Treoir, but it looks like they are completely safe. Much to my dismay. Lyon is down to 99%. Structural integrity on Heinrich, 69%. Yikes. If the capital ship falls below 50%, I might be able to force a peace treaty, but that is it. The whole returning home a hero thing is not going to fly. Oh, hold on. That looks pretty potent. Structural integrity on the Senia just dropped to 50%. If I can knock out this ship, that's a couple of 15-inch guns out of play. That'll help. quite a lot. The problem is now that the heavy cruisers are shielding the battleship. They're shielding the Lion. Making it difficult for me to get in there and try and get a couple of torps on her. Still, I need to get in there. Smoke up. Increase the flank speed again. The Lion has to get torped. Because I don't really see another way of dealing with her. Just torpedo out if you can. Range 8-4. Good enough. Get out there and torp. Light cruisers. They're still trying to sort of bully the Dessay. But we have 20% chance to pen. And they just detonated one of my destroyers. Leaving the other two ballotons in a pretty bad spot. Come on, buddy. Torp out. Torp the heavy cruiser for all I care. Just get rid of it. Not that the heavy cruiser probably cares about those torps. We're doing very close range warfare now. It's 2.6 kilometer range. Ooh. Hold on, Maros. Do you still have torpedoes ready? You just sent out another wave against the battleship, against the Lion. Okay. Maybe your starboard set, like the inbuilt set, is still ready. We're just torpedo spamming down the Lion. Hope we can actually get something done here. Why are you fuckers colliding? Come on. Torpedoes away, but the heavy cruiser was already turning. There goes the Balaton D4. You got hit by a smooth criminal. No, by a battle cruiser. Yeah, that would do it. Heinrich. Crap, there goes the Maros. Heinrich is not doing too poorly. She hasn't lost that much more health. She's down to 64%. Leon is running away. Could you guys stop hugging it out and actually go out and do some damage, maybe? Idiots. I can't wait for the improved formation thing. It's really starting to annoy me. Especially early on in the battle, I didn't do anything. I just told my ships to keep going. And that proved to be a bit hard for them. Also, I am running out of torpedoes. Do you have minimum torpedo armament or something? Yeah. Reduced ammo on the torpedoes. Well, that's going to make this a lot more difficult then, isn't it? Lyon, you got hit? Yeah, by one torpedo, doing 160 damage. She's just starting to flood. But I don't really have a lot more torpedoes ready. So it's not like I can quickly capitalize on all of that. Oh, somebody got hit again. The battlecruiser. Very good. The DD evades. With this battlecruiser survivable, as mentioned. She seems to be running a little low on their 6-inch armament, though. Reduced ammo for torps and for main shells. Huh. What's my chance to pen? Not great? 55. 91 against the Signe. The Signe is quite far away, though. Quite a bit farther, anyway. Now, these light cruisers still have torpedoes ready. Or, again, rather. I want to try and move towards the flank and deal with the destroyers. Same goes for you guys. Don't torp them, just gun them down. You got 4-inch guns. They have 5-inch guns, but you have more of them. And you have support from the light cruisers. Heavy flooding? Hold on, what got you? A 9-inch gun, more 9-inch, and few bulkheads. lethal combination. Damage done. 2,500 for me, 20,000 for them. Great. Fantastic. So far, this scenario is going swimmingly. If you still have torpedoes, Peloton D3, now is a perfect time to use them. Thank you. Almost got herself killed just a moment later. There we go. Rest of the fleet moving. I don't want you guys to torp yet. I'm gonna probably need all the torpedoes that I can muster. Sankt Johann, that's one of those guys that cannot maneuver properly. Start hitting the DDs. I'm gonna get rid of the destroyers. What the hell hit you? 5-inch for 300 damage? Whoa. That's a lot more than I'd expected. Lyon looks to be still in a pretty poor condition and flooding. There goes the Sankt Johann. These heavy cruisers are pretty tough. How much damage have you done? 6,000? On a heavy cruiser? Alright. Chance to pen the Lyon, 45%. And jumping up. The amount of escort ships that are dying is getting distressing. Extensive fire. You got hit by a 9-inch gun from the heavy cruiser. Oh no. At this point, these are just gunboats because they have all expended their torpedoes. Ah, the Lyon sinks due to structural. That must have been a flash fire then. Yeah. Because I was nowhere near killing her off. Secondaries and casemates on the Enseigne Gabold. And if I still have any kind of escort-worthy destroyers, now's a good time to assist the Heinrich before she gets blown out of the water by the torpedoes from these things. And there are a lot of those. We still got the wounded Signe sailing around. See if I can get the mains on the Signe and the secondaries and casemates on the DD. There we go. With the battleship away, there's a bit more hope. But I'm not overly enthusiastic yet, because those heavy cruisers still pose a threat, and the battle cruiser's alive. And I'm getting torped. None of those factors are really heartwarming. Flooding on the battle cruiser. There we go. Now we're finally starting to kick one of these DDs down. That's the Bourrasque. Down. Another DD is starting to fall back. Looks like the Peloton D1 not pretty healthy. Are you solo? You're solo. Okay, get the hell out. Maybe I can still save that escort ship. If you guys could stop torpedoing, that'd be great. Because I might need those in a minute. The light cruisers are doing exactly what I'd hoped they would do, and slowly but steadily butcher the destroyers. Structural integrity on the Heinrich is down to 53%. Because she once again is getting hit by battle cruiser, but also by torpedo. And she is starting to flood. There goes the Gabold. Very good. Oh no! Yeah, there we go. That's pretty much the scenario lost right there. Because if the capital ship hells falls below 50%, or all escorts are destroyed, and I'm very much on my way to having both actually happen, the French fleet is destroyed. Oh, sorry, but the French fleet is destroyed, which I still haven't achieved. It'll only be a Pyrrhic victory, and Austro-Hungarian naval ambitions will never be reborn. And considering how we're doing right now, I'd say that the Austro-Hungarian ambitions are not great. How did the magnet get hit? By a torpedo. Okay. Tartu sinks. Finally, these casemates are starting to earn their keep. Ouragan. Whoa! That was a few more torpedoes coming this way. Oh, fuck. Come on! Whoa, all the DDs are sailing right between the torps. The Signa now really has to go. The light cruisers are definitely making their presence known to the DDs now. Killing off the last of the destroyers on that flank. Alright, I need you to push in. I need you to torp the Signa. Your range is only 9.9. It's not great, but it might just be enough. There's still 2 heavy cruisers sailing around back there. But they seem to be running a little low on ammunition. 125 rounds on the 9-inch guns. And a few on the... was that a 5 single? Like the French had some sort of singular 5-inch gun lying around and decided to put that on one of these heavies. Alright. Uh-oh. More torpedoes on the way. DDs, don't! Don't! Oh, a second DD just got hit and sunk by one single 7-inch shell for 1600 damage. What sort of monster propellant do you guys have? Lyddite 2. Yeah, that would do it. There goes the Balaton D7. Because she might have had a run-in with some torpedo. D5 over there. Torpedo that fucker over there. And the Heinrich. I still have some maneuverability on this battleship, but it's not great. This battle cruiser really did a number on me. Torpedoes away. Yeah. Turning circle on these is probably too good. Flash fire on the Balaton D5. Welcome to the Voyage of the Damned. That's the only real way that I can describe it. This is why the Austro-Hungarian Empire no longer has a navy. The French navy is just stronger. Or was. The Signa is still here? She hasn't even lost a gun. Not that she has too many to begin with. Oh dear, another torp is going to strike the Heinrich. She might survive though. 165, and another one's about to arrive. I was really expecting more from these 8-inch casemates. I'm disappointed. The 8-inch casemates I thought were going to be a fantastic weapon against the light cruisers. But they're just proving to be pretty lackluster. More torps. Down to 10% on the Signa. I'm going to eat another torp here. Or am I? No, just about. I can just continue circling the ships here. I can't even hit these guys. 10% chance to hit? Why so low? Target fast speed, 42%. Own maneuver, 10%, 11%. Target maneuver, 11%. I have some damage instability and they're inside of a smoke screen. Yes, both of those are very important factors. Alright, can we finally get rid of this thing? Because I would rather like my light cruisers to also assist in the fight against their light cruisers. Chance to pen is now starting to go up, 23%. Ceasefire. I think she won't survive that fight. Those few torps should kill her. Come on. Heinrich is taking damage all over the place. There goes the battlecruiser. Finally. Now it's going to take a while for the turrets to fully turn around. This is not a happy battleship. Not at all. How effective were those 8-inch secondaries? 439, 1800 on the 22 on single 8-inch casemates, and 5,500. Okay. Seen better. Fortunately, these light cruisers appear to be out of torpedoes, so I can stop dancing around. And now the casemates seem to be doing some damage. Rear batteries trying to hit the Forbin. And completely missing the mark at a range of 1.2 kilometers out. Forbin probably falling back in the formation because it took too much damage. Light cruisers. I really need your assistance. Range to the target, 10 clicks. It's barely inside that range. I might be able to still drag a Pyrrhic victory out of this one, but not much more. And I still have to deal with a couple of heavy cruisers, which are sitting over there 19 clicks away. This thing better not ram me, because that could end the Heinrich. Chance to pen with the light cruisers? 61. Not too bad. Some serious flooding on the Forbin. I think it's a good idea that I switched to high explosive manually, because it seems to be more than enough to deal a lot of damage against that light cruiser. Galilei getting hit by a 13-inch pen. Not even a kill. I mean, you can hit a DD with a 7-inch shell and it'll just instantly blow up. But I can hit a light cruiser with a 13-inch gun and it'll, well, only perfectly fine, but it actually survived fairly well. Come on, that's the Galilei done. Where's the Arethusa? Oh, there. Alright. Look at that! 13-inch hit, 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 hit. Damage 23, 625, 626, and 16. Sure enough, the whole ship's on fire and most of the ship is flooding. But it actually survived that. There we go. Next one. Nieli. And then we have to turn around to go after the heavy cruisers, which appear to be running away. Insert your French jokes here. Looks like the French are turning tail. Maybe because those heavy cruisers are out of ammo. Oh well, not fully out of ammo, but they're running a little low. There we go. Done. Next. Finally, the Heinrich is starting to redeem itself. Out of 25,000 damage done total, this ship has done 15. So almost all the damage had to come out of the out of the battle cruiser. Whereas if you look at their heavy cruisers, these things did work. 7.9 thousand damage, 2.7 thousand damage. They were fantastic against my lighter ships. That's exactly what I was worried about. Also, I think that I'll not be able to catch these heavy cruisers, because they appear to be running away at a speed of 32 knots. My battleship can probably do 15 if you go out and push. No, not even. It can do 14. We have a damaged engine, and we've taken on quite a lot of water. I might be able to... well, I can get closer to the heavy cruisers with the light cruisers, or at least they won't run away as quickly. But I don't think I can catch them. Although, hold on, which way were they going? Because I'm getting closer. They're not fully running away. But these light cruisers can only do 26. So, what are the French up to? 20.9. 0.8. 0.7. This thing took 1600 damage before it went down. %1 chance to hit. Congratulations. I can slow it down some. Set it to full speed, which is still about 13 knots. Half speed. Maybe I can build a little bit more accuracy like that, but I rather doubt it. I really don't expect to be able to hit these heavy cruisers. Fortunately, I just have a lot of ammo, so I can just keep flinging stuff their way and hope that something at some point is going to hit. 18.4, 18.3, 18... What? Yeah, they're not moving away. They're moving sort of perpendicular. Maybe I can still catch these. It's just that the light cruisers probably don't have a lot to do against these guys. Because they're pretty survivable, as they have proven. The Desset is out of ammo. And so is the Admiral? Okay. In that case, if the light cruisers can catch them, they can do some damage. Because the only thing that they'll have to fight back is one 5-inch gun and a bunch of 4-inch. Not even any torpedoes. Screw it, we're gonna catch these guys. I probably will require torpedoes to do it. Seeing as the rest of the ammo is... Well, unless I get a very, very short range, it won't do anything. Oh, another fire. Well done, Heinrich. Keep it up. Accuracy 1.3%. We're starting to get really threatening now. %80 on both ships. Range 13.3. Why are they not just running off? I don't get it. I've seen the AI run off more times than I care to admit. Because they either ran out of ammo, or their ships took a bit too much damage for their taste, or whatever, something like that. But now they're just out of ammo and they're sort of sticking around. These are fast cruisers. 34.5. But they're just... I don't know, not interested? It's not like they can tough it out against my torpedo-launching light cruisers. I know I am in range, by the way. But the chances to pen are not good. 27% only. So my plan is to get a bit closer and make sure that pen chance goes up. Slowly but steadily I'll be able to do some damage. Let's see, range 9.7, 9.6, 9.5. They're still sort of heading away. No, 8.9. 8.7. It's probably just the Sav and the Ansvelden, because the Magnet is not doing good speed. She's only making 15 knots, if that. Geez, she went through those 200 rounds very quickly. She's down to 106. That's the Heinrich. Range 7.7. My torpedoes are still really... No, actually, these are not sneaky. These are fast torps. But these are also agile cruisers. Chance to pen 35%. I have ammo. Let's use it. Sava. Oh, they're not accurate enough. Coincidence rangefinder 5? Generation 1 radar and you're not accurate enough? Oh, there we go. 45% chance to pen. Now we're getting somewhere. I still don't quite get how I'm able to intercept these things. Sure, they're moving in a sort of perpendicular line. It's not like they're moving fully away from me, because then I could never catch them. But it still feels off. Like they're not really making an effort. They're also running a little low on the 5-inch shells. 74 left on those. But I don't really expect my light cruiser to be able to do much. Here's 20 points of damage last, 55. Oh, that was 13-inch gun, by the way. 25, 30, 32. I'm hoping to inflict some flooding and some engine damage, because those would be very handy to slow the ship down and make her more maneuverable, or more vulnerable to torpedoes. Treoir slowing down, 30.4. I still don't want to torp, because these torps really quickly send out a signal that says, hey, I'm right here. Treoir flooding. 222 rounds on the Sava. About 190 on the Ansfeld, and I won't be able to gun them both down. Switch to the Dessay, because the Admiral is already slowing down. 27.4, 27.2, 27.1. What if I send out one torpedo? Just to, oh, no, that's a whole launcher. Yep, there we go. I detected torpedoes. Immediately changed course. North to port. Now they are fully on running away. Now they're they're really panicking. Come here. Light cruisers have some business with you. Starts to zigzag. Whoa, that torpedo... No. Jeez, that torpedo almost hit the Dessay? It wasn't even aimed at her. Okay. Just AI things. I'm still not inflicting engine damage against the Dessay. I can definitely pull alongside the Admiral. But the Dessay is too fast. She's doing 32-1. Sava has 96 shells left and 60 on the Ansfelden. Heinrich out of main ammo. So it is going to be down to the light cruiser. Keep closing. We'll get this done. Just going to take me a while. But we'll get this done. Ceasefire. Single torpedo away. Just the bow launcher. Immediately detected. That's alright. I'm trying to make her maneuver, so she's going to slow down. Because maneuvering costs you speed, generally. Depending a bit on how many funnels you got. The ship has plenty of funnels, so it probably doesn't care too much. Range 1.6. Damn it. Whoa! That was unintentional. And very unwelcome. Range 1.6 still. Ansfelden detach, take over. Because Sava's about to start slowing down. Starboard launcher. Torpedoes away. Admiral detected. Keep maneuvering. Oh no, the Dessay is getting away. Range 1.5 still. Open fire. Target, Admiral. Do whatever kind of damage you can. Is she still fighting back? Yeah, with 4 and 2-inch guns. They're still doing damage against the light cruiser. 1.4, 2.3. If I can torpedo with the Ansfelden, she might turn back to port. And I can flush her towards the Sava. Let's see if I can just use that bow torp. Just the one. I just need her to respond. That's all. Just need you to respond. Go on. Thank you. There she goes. Detected torpedo. Just turning to port quickly. And now I can launch again. Hopefully. Range 1.5. This for me is more interesting than the rest of the fight. Just see if I can catch this one heavy cruiser. Nope. Hold off. She's turning back. Range 1.8. What's the speed? 22.1. So we're still a bit faster, but not by much. It looks like the Desed just went, yep, you're on your own, good luck. Torpedoes out from the Ansfelden. Admiral Trioir still turning. Come on. Eat the torps. Nope, not eating the torps. Hold off on the launch. I need to do a cross drop. I need to torpedo from both cruisers at the same time. And hope that that's going to do some damage. The problem is, however, that the Sava is starting to take increasing amounts of damage from those 4-inch guns. And I really don't want her to. Range 1.6 from the Ansfelden. And 1.9? Yeah, 1.9. Torpedo launcher not ready? Not ready. Crap. Sonar system on those things is just too good. I don't think I'll get a cross drop. Because she's starting to head away from the Sava too quickly. We're now duking it out with 2-inch guns. But whereas their 2-inch guns are doing damage to my cruiser, I'm not doing damage to them at all. So this is probably going to indeed be a Pyrrhic victory. But I'm not even sure for who. Because I got my 2 light cruisers surviving. And they have their 2 heavy cruisers surviving. I still have my battleship, so that helps. But it's going to be a while before the Heinrich ever sees combat again. So it's going to be really tricky to call this one a win. Could we please launch torpedoes? Especially with the Trioir suddenly turning all the way back, having responded to the other torps. Torps away. Trioir once again turning to port. Oh man. Feels like we're just torpedo juicing. But with a very quickly flooding Ansfelden. Come on. The side-mounted port-side torpedo tubes. Everything you got. Come on. There must be one ready. Maybe the stern? Please? Is she gonna head into the way of these torps? No, they're too fast. Good lord, this thing is good. There goes the Ansfelden. Completely outplayed by the 4-inch guns on the light cruiser. Oh, and now you hit a torpedo. That's insult. 3.2. Come on. I still got the magnet here somewhere. Range 4.8. Magnet detach. Sava only. Range 2.1. Speed on the Admiral 21.9. Speed on Sava tops 22.6. The moment I launch a torpedo at her with the bow tube, she's going to turn away. Flooding. Torpid. Do it now. Torpedo away. She's going to maneuver, probably. Oh! Really? Yes! Finally. Second salvo out. Which she completely avoids in, once again, a skillful manner. Many bulkheads. Maximum port rudder. She is flooding. 2 engines out, rudder damaged. Speed will drop. Go on. Get in there. Starboard torpedo set? Yes? Yes. Torpedoes away. She's once again trying to avoid with the damaged rudder and 2 damaged engines. No joy. Oh, that was satisfying. Finally some torpedo hits against the Admiral. I'd say this is the real MVP. The ship did 4,500 damage, took 3,500, but dodged a lot of torpedoes in her day. And the other heavy cruiser, 17 clicks out. I'm never going to catch that one. So with that, I'm going to call this a Pyrrhic victory for the Austro-Hungarian fleet. We did sink their battleship, their battle cruiser, 1 heavy cruiser, 6 destroyers on their part? And 4 light cruisers. So we sunk quite a few, but at the expense of almost all the destroyers, all but 1. Serious damage to the Heinrich, and at the loss of a load of light cruisers. So, no joy for the Austro-Hungarian Navy. Still, I hope you enjoyed that battle. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for the next one.